This was from Deadline Hollywood. The Walking Dead named most in-demand series in the world. And you may ask yourself, well, how in the hell is this calculated, or how is this determined? I asking myself that question too, even after reading this article, but whatever, let's just stick with it. So, during the NATPE Miami International Content Market and Conference today, it was revealed that The Walking Dead and Stranger Things were the most in-demand series in the world for 2018. That's it, for 2018, according to Parrot Analytics. The global TV analytics firm announced the news during the inaugural Global TV Demand Awards. AMC's drama The Walking Dead was the most in-demand TV series in the world, while the nostalgic Netflix sci-fi series Stranger Things was the most in-demand digital original series in the world. The Walking Dead cast members Josh McDermott and Pollyann McIntosh and producer Denise Huth were on hand to accept the award. The Global TV Demand Award winners were determined using Parrot Analytics' Global Audience Demand Measurement System, which measures how much a TV series is wanted in over 100 markets around the world across all platforms. So, interesting when you always see these kind of articles and these headlines. You always got to think to yourself, again, like I said, how in the hell was this calculated? How do you measure the most in-demand series in the world? But it does sound like this analytics firm is, they do have some some credibility here. They do have a measurement system, but anyway, regardless of that, it is just kind of a cool thing to hear, and it's cool that they had someone to accept the award. It doesn't sound like Stranger Things did. And so it's, kind of cool. I saw some of the pictures there with Josh McDermott. I think he posted them on Twitter. He's hilarious, by the way. Really suggest following him on Twitter. And I believe he's on Instagram too. Anyway, so, really great to see them, they're accepting that award. The big glaring elephant in the room here is that Game of Thrones did not air in 2018. We got to remember that. Back when I covered the the news that Walking Dead was the most pirated TV show in 2018, kind of going along with most in-demand series, right? I mean, kind of a correlation there. I also had to state Game of Thrones did not air in 2018. So, as big of a Walking Dead fan as I am, and, as much as I love the show, obviously I got to acknowledge Game of Thrones was not on. So, would these numbers be changed? Would Game of Thrones be the most in-demand series in the world? Possibly. But it's interesting too, because I think obviously domestically, yes, I think it would be. But this is a world thing. It's over 100 markets that they calculate this from. And so it's tough to judge, the international appeal for Game of Thrones, although I do think it's pretty high, as we've seen in the past years. And this season 8, this upcoming final season of Game of Thrones, there's so much hype around it. I mean, the one teaser came out just before the True Detective episode. I believe it was 2 weeks ago. And, within minutes, everybody on Twitter, everybody was talking about it. It's hard to believe that many people actually have watched all the episodes. People are talking about Game of Thrones setting the overall record now for, I believe it's a single television episode live viewers, which The Walking Dead holds that record for 17.2 million, I think, for live US viewers, 17.2 million. So, will Game of Thrones top that? Will the finale top that? A lot of people are talking about that. So obviously that goes into this conversation with the most in-demand series in the world. But still, I think just an interesting, kind of title to get, right? Most in-demand series in the world. That's pretty impressive. And obviously The Walking Dead, we've known that, right? We've known that for years, that this show has been one of the best cable shows, one of the best TV series in general, ratings-wise, popularity-wise, and everyone's saying, it's the dead, Walking Dead's dead, everything, the show is over, and all this, and it's still the most in-demand series in the world, so that proves, I guess, the haters wrong, if you will, there, and a lot of people are kind of taking pride in that. I see a lot of Walking Dead fans, kind of making fun and saying, well, it's still the most in-demand series in the world, even though the ratings are going down. And the most interesting thing that I found out of all that is that the ratings literally, I think it went down by 1,000 people or something from the Rick's final episode to the next episode, which I thought was hilarious because everyone was saying after Rick's episode, people were hating on it and all that, and people were saying the ratings would die. And then they went up, I think. Episode 7 went up from episode 5. So, people are always going to talk. And I mean, people hate on Game of Thrones, too. I mean, it's not just The Walking Dead. But, a lot of buzz going into, Game of Thrones final season, but also Stranger Things there, too. So, anyways, obviously an honor to share that award with Stranger Things, and they win a digital series of the world, in the world. So, that's an important distinction, right, between the two. But anyways, crazy stuff here, The Walking Dead, most in-demand series in the world. Really cool stuff here.